What is up, NASCAR 15 fans? David Land here, bringing you the next race in my return to NASCAR 15. We are here for a plate race at the Daytona International Speedway. We're doing this at night, so it is the Coke Zero 400, I think is the official name of the race. We're going to, so that means it's going to be shorter than what it would be if we were in the day. I think it's 32 laps versus 40, 20% race, so you can do the math for yourself, even though I've already essentially done it for you. It's an algebra equation. But anyway, we are qualifying here at Daytona, and I've already made a mistake because I pulled away from a bunch of cars that could have theoretically been my drafting partner for this first round of qualifying. So I may have created more difficulties for myself than I really wanted to. But it looks like there's some cars coming out of the pits. Well, there absolutely is cars coming out of the pits. But there looks like there are some cars that I can hook up with here and hopefully be able to put in a good lap. As you can see, Jeff Gordon down to the inside in the old 3M scheme. All the drivers who are associated with the 3M scheme are pretty much out of the sport at this point, aside from Chase Elliott. Of course, Greg Biffle out of a ride, Jeff Gordon retired, and in sports cars, it is the dark times for NASCAR. But here we come up behind Brian Vickers, who is
on the bottom, 3 back.
A car that's very fast, at least in this game, so drafting with him will be a very solid idea. You may be able to tell, you may not be able to tell, depending on if you're a long-time viewer of this series or not. What car I'm running? It's a Jeff Gordon tribute, Rainbow Warrior car. Pretty rainbows and puppy dogs and unicorns. All very nice things, and all things that are not associated with NASCAR racing. Unless, of course, you're that Toyota-designed Kyle Busch car from a couple years ago.
There you go.
And this is a terrible idea because I just passed people in qualifying.
R1 back.
And we're not really... Ooh.
Stay low.
Oh, yeah, we got a beer wagon.
Lights all clear,
Beer
bud.
wagon.
Car approaching your rear.
But a second and a half up on the field here, so I should actually be able to get a decent lap here as Tony Stewart pushes us across the line to 9th position. And we're really going to have a good lap here if Stewart continues to two-car tango with us, as we really cause some sparks there on the bottom of the track. And up to the top of the track we go. See if we can get that draft off of, I think that's Gilliland up there. We have to keep Stewart behind us here.
Time is almost up, pal. Better make sure you're happy with your setup.
3. 22,
on your rear.
2/10 up on our best lap. We're going to see if Stewart can push us across the line here. Another retired fellow.
Right behind you.
And across the line.
On your bumper.
1.7.
Still on you.
Or 1.7 tenths. Does that make sense?
Okay, behind you.
Probably. Alright, so we're 20th right now, so still no bueno right now.
Go to work.
Right mid-pack, 22nd. So we really need, like the spotter said, really need to go to work here. This time I'm going to let some cars by and try to get a draft here. As Danica goes by with help from Keselowski. Now perhaps we'll be able to work with Danica here and go right to the front of the group. Otherwise, maybe curtains for our group qualifying effort, as I almost caused the big one. Continue to try to cause the big one. We're 3 wide in tri-oval. This is probably not going to go well. Keselowski wisely backed out of it. And now Chase Elliott is directly behind us. And now we can start drafting off at Tony Stewart here.
Stay down.
And now this group ahead of us, or the 2 cars that we were chasing, has finally kind of come back to us. It's Truex and was I right about Gilliland? I think I was. And we'll bump draft with Stewart here. We're up 2/10 this time by.
Outside, trying to get
see how much faster we can go through the 3rd and 4th corners here. We're almost half a second up on our last time, or our best time so far. 7 tenths, 8 tenths. Can we get the 8 tenths? No, we just missed it, but we're up to 10th place. So we should be able to make it into the next round. Is the time
Good
expires.
work out there. Complete this lap.
This was
We're
kind of
done.
an exciting session. I wasn't expecting this to go the whole way. Or I wasn't expecting to be able to show the whole thing, but I guess we are going to show the whole thing. We're still up on our time as Gilliland pushes us down the back straightaway. And let's let him by, try to get a draft down into 3 and 4 in the tri-oval. You're in the pack.
Coming on the high side.
Waiting
Over your
for
outside.
Gilliland to go around.
Check your outside.
Yeah, we're kind of,
Got a car closing
there's
on
a
your
big line
outside.
there, so we'll move on to round 2. We should be able
Watch
to
your
make it,
outside.
assuming there's no rigging.
At your door up top.
Alright, and we will
There's your next
qualify in
victim
round
right
2.
there.
Alright, round 2. Working with Jeff Gordon in the Jeff Gordon tribute car. Very nice. I'm liking how this is going so far. Push Gordon down the back stretch in our Gordon car. We should have a really good lap on this one because it's just the two of us working in tandem. We should be able to get a really good lap here through turns 3 and 4. Right as close to his bumper without touching him as I can be. Then we bump draft all the way through the tri-oval, no problemo here. And across the line is a 44.97, so not our fastest lap. It looks like we may be able to improve on this one, assuming Gordon gets around Hamlin, which he does not. Now I've got to be a bit cagey here, and well, we're still on pace. We're on our original pace. Did not get a good exit off at 2, so now we're 2/10 down. Theoretically, we could go a little bit faster on this lap. Yeah, I'm not seeing it happening though. Let's see, 2/10. Can we get those 2/10 back? I don't think so, especially not when I hit the apron like that, or hit Gordon like that. But it doesn't look like it's going to matter. We may skip ahead here to round 3. Just we'll see if I do end up qualifying. And round 2 is Dunzo. We should have made it, and we did. All right, working with Jeff Gordon once again here in round number 3, qualifying, and we should be able to put this thing on the pole with the help of Gordon, or Gordon will put it on the pole and we'll be second. Just as long as we don't get held up by this car right across here. It's Ryan Newman. Jeff Gordon decided to brake. We may be in trouble now.
Clear up top.
This is a bit unfortunate. Now we're going to have to make all that momentum back up as we got blocked. So now I'm really going to shove Gordon here. We should be over 200 miles an hour, or we're not. So hopefully by the time we make it to the line, we'll be above 200. Nope, but 195. That's slightly concerning. We are still on the pole.
Motor got a problem. Just race the best you can, buddy.
And blowing the engine up doing this, pushing Gordon. But you have to do what you have to do here in the draft. Right on the bumper of Jeff Gordon. We are really, really pushing hard here. And let's see. I can't push him down the straightaway, though, of course, because my engine is in trouble. But up half a second now that we got around the back straightaway without running into somebody. We're up a second now. All I got to do is make it back to the line, and we'll have the pole position, I believe. Maybe Gordon will beat us. Maybe he won't. Is Gordon going to do... Yeah, Gordon went faster. Oh, no. Oh, no, I blew up the engine trying to help Jeff Gordon. And maybe in a bit of trouble here. You know what, I want to experiment a little bit. Can we blow the engine up? I'm interested. Very interested. I think I've already experimented with this. I can't remember if I've done it or not.
Man, the thing just got a lot tougher. That engine's down in horsepower.
Yeah, the engine's down on horsepower, but is it going to blow? Looks like we're going to have 2 Jeff Gordon cars potentially on the front row, the official one and the not-so-official one. But we'll just have to wait and see. There could be some rigging going on, as you always worry about with these plate races, particularly at Daytona. We're coming across the line here in just a second through the tri-oval and across the line now, and we've qualified P2. So there you go. Jeff Gordon will lead us to the green with me in second, Labonte third, Allgaier fourth, Allmendinger fifth. In fact, a lot of small teams. The Beer Wagon is the only other the only other car that I would expect to be up there. That is up there. Let me know who did not qualify for the race at Sonoma. It was Danica. So wow, Jimmy Johnson eliminated in round 1, last place. That's interesting. But yeah, let me know in the comments who is eliminated from the race. I'm not sure who it is. So let's get to Daytona and race under the lights. Here we are, ready for the green here at Daytona, starting on the outside of the front row. Almost took our first plate race pole, but was unable to do so. So we will roll off in second. Green is out. Gordon gets a good start from the pole. He will lead away with Labonte in tow. Allgaier looked to the outside, which was unfortunate because it did not help me out. Gordon will lead the top line. He moved up in front of me. Looks like I've got a lane opening up down underneath. No, that's not going to happen.
Car inside, trying to get to your corner.
I'm up into fourth gear now. I think I forgot to shift. It's Labonte that takes the lead with help from Allmendinger. And now there's a bit of a group forming up here at the front with Yaley going to the inside with a net as well. We got the beer wagon behind us. We're around Gordon. So his pole sitting ways did not last very long. And we're already 3 wide here, making a move underneath Yaley and Allgaier with Stewart in tow, chasing Allmendinger and Labonte. Now we'll go to the inside of AJ, and Stewart will help out Allmendinger, at least for the moment. Labonte is going to lead lap number 1 across the line, and now Stewart is all over the back of us as we kind of lead the inside lane here. Labonte cuts down in front, and he's going to continue to lead, but this time he's going to get swallowed up by me. Around the outside I go, but Stewart did not go with me.
Come on, let's get past him.
And we are all by ourselves out here in the lead with a big group of cars behind. And Labonte gets pushed back to the lead by Tony Stewart with 3 wide all the way through the field. Now we're 4 wide, and we get turned by Yaley. We save it, but the rest of the field does not as more cars pile in. So here's the replay with Yaley getting into me and then spinning across in front of the field where the pile-up ensues, and it's a big one. So no reason to come into the pits on that sequence. We will be back to the green momentarily, 9th position.
Almost at the green.
After a few cars ahead of us did decide to come into the pits. Labonte continues to lead. The green is back out.
A second ahead.
And we're racing again here at Daytona. So we're up into 3rd gear, now chasing Casey Mears, as they're already 3 wide, fanning out ahead of us. Hamlin down to the inside, looking for the lead, or at least a 2nd or 4th place, or wherever the heck he is. And now Trevor Bayne moving to the outside of Labonte, as Stewart falls to the field. As Logano also up in the fight as we go 4 wide down the back straightaway and move around Hamlin, and now to the inside of Labonte we go underneath, and we take the lead away from Denny Hamlin and Bobby Labonte. So can we lead the first lap, our first lap of the race here? We got to keep Hamlin just behind us. We can do a little bit of blocking here, and across the line we do lead the lap. So the leader of lap number 5 here is Wah, as I got run into just a little bit by Denny Hamlin. Got to keep 3 lanes behind me now, as we've got Casey Mears there right on my tail, and he seems to be the car that's really making some moves here. We had to block him to the outside. Gordon down now to the inside, leading the 3rd lane. And a Michael Annette in the middle as well. It is absolutely a massive traffic jam behind. As Hamlin to the outside now. We're going to block Gordon to the inside because it seems like the inside lane is slightly faster than the rest of the lanes here. That's where the cars are moving. Still 3 wide, all the way back through the field. And I hear some contact being made. We're not sure if there's anything happening. The spotter is happy that we have the fastest lap.
Car tucked in behind you.
Now making life difficult for Casey Mears, almost getting into him. As we slide in front of Jeff Gordon as well. Michael Annette is there. Look at this craziness. 3 wide the whole way. Mears this time is going to make the pass with help from Hamlin. He goes to the lead. And Truex is there as well. So now it is Mears leading from Hamlin.
On your bumper.
and myself. So now I'm
Clear
going
up
to
high.
try to get around and slice to the
Car
inside, as they almost went 4 wide back there with Ryan Newman.
Got one working the top.
Down to the inside. Now Mears is
Car at your
leading,
door. Up top at your door.
and now we are leading. Barely.
That's
Just
it.
get
Go
around
around.
Casey Mears,
Car in line with you. Put it
which
on the
is
high side.
fantastic. Now we've got to keep Jeff Gordon behind us as well. Block him a little bit to the outside. The car is still 3 wide all the way through the field.
Car right
This is
behind
the
you.
plate racing you come to
On your
expect
bumper.
here at Daytona and Talladega, especially in this game.
He's coming on the outside.
Absolutely insane,
Car
as
outside.
here
Trying to get to your
comes
corner. Car in line
Ryan
with you.
Vickers up into the fray. I
Car
told you
tucked
he
in
was
behind
fast.
you.
He's proving that once
with you.
again. Oop, and I almost
still on you.
got up into the wall there. Had to block Ryan Newman just a little bit. Down to the inside, block. Continue to block. So much
Nice
blocking.
and smooth. You're way out front. Use that clean air.
Spotter wants me to use clean air. I almost got turned by Ryan Newman there. One of the Dylans is all the way down, almost to the yellow line. And the entire pack, the entire field, is separated by not that much. I can tell you that, just looking at the
All right,
radar here, and
behind
I'm
you.
sure you guys can see it a little bit
Still right
better.
behind you.
It is absolutely wild right now. I'm still not sure which Dylan this is, as I continue to block the entire field. It's the 33 car, so Ty Dillon.
Car tucked in
And now
behind you.
Gilliland down to the inside with help from Kyle Busch. Danica's up in here. I still haven't seen Jimmy Johnson running up at the front yet. I almost got turned there. Looks like some cars are starting to fall off just a little bit. I'm not sure if cars are going to be needing
High
to
side.
stop yet. Pit
Stay
stops
down.
probably are not going to
One
happen
outside.
as of yet. As we battle with
Outside.
Dillon, have to block to the inside of Gilliland.
Car up top.
Still 3 wide. Now battling with
Nice.
Dillon.
Now we're rolling.
Once again, I side drafted him just a little bit as well.
At your door up top.
Continuing to try to lead, and Gilliland turns me in front of the field. Do I save
Car
it?
closing on the inside.
Oh my
Got
goodness.
one working the bottom.
What a save.
Keep it right there, buddy.
What a save. Holy smokes.
Car inside.
But that split up the field quite a bit.
At your door on the bottom.
It split up the field quite a bit.
High side's clear.
Still side by side with Cole
Go
Witt, who
high.
actually has the fastest lap of the
Stay up.
race. So now we have got some work cut out
Car
for
up
us
high.
as we lead a second group of cars.
Doing great, man.
As Logano is going to pull
We're on
in
the low
behind
side.
us. The pack definitely split up a little bit
We're
after
outside
that
you.
accident, or near crash. Would have definitely
Clear
been a
high.
yellow. That was a NASCAR heat situation where just the yellow just didn't come out simply for a situation that probably would have called for it in real life. But yeah, definitely still
We're in line with you.
big pack here on the back straightaway,
Still behind you.
forming up and ready to catch up to this
Looking inside.
other pack. Uh-oh, I didn't block.
He's right on
That
you.
allowed Stenhouse down to the inside, and Witt, and
Car
Busch,
one back.
and just
Clear
everybody.
up top.
So we are on the outside lane now, and this is not good. This is not where I want to be. This is
Car
not an
here.
ideal situation. As we shove Stenhouse down just a
Car
little
right
bit,
behind you.
and forced him to get in line there. Now 4 wide. 4 wide behind.
On your bumper.
Not good.
Still with you.
Really tight quarters here. Once again in the pack. We are catching this lead group though. Looks like Michael Waltrip somehow managed to make his way through the
Car one back.
Chamazel and
Still
take over
behind
the
you.
lead. Ooh, that was close. I almost got turned by Kurt Busch as well. And I continue to just block 3 lanes of traffic.
Still right behind you.
Now
Still with you.
Harvick's starting to fall back a little bit with Gilliland as that little bit
Car
of
in line with you.
draft starts to break up between all those cars.
Car tucked in
And
behind
then,
you.
of course, pit stops are going to start
still
here in a
on
few
you.
laps. So that's going to make this even more
On your
wild.
bumper.
Probably going to be some
Car
sort
right
of
behind
trouble
you.
at some point.
Still right
I'm not
behind you.
expecting that this is going to go green to the end.
Still behind you.
So to continue
you.
to keep ahead of all these
He's still
guys.
on
Now
you.
Kyle Busch
Cover your
is going
outside.
to potentially
That's my
cause some
boy.
trouble as he
Keep going. Nice and patient. Clear on the
comes
outside.
back into the pack, as well as most of these guys
On
are
your
going
bumper.
to as well, that are running ahead of us here. Should only have to do fuel
Car up top,
only on
one
the
back.
pit stop.
Car tucked in behind you.
Just as we start thinking about that, Danica takes the lead from Mikey Waltrip.
Still behind you.
but it's probably not going to last long, as now the pack has caught this this little breakaway group, and we're right back up into it, and it's another ginormous pack.
Coming up fast.
So got into Harvick, almost spun out.
Two back.
I'd much rather have green flag pit stops, to be honest, than the yellow flag pit
Car
stops.
at your door. Up top at your door.
This is more fun to have strategy.
Car outside at your door.
Nope. Well,
Waving the yellow. Caution's out.
yeah, that went well. And of course I spun at the very end of that, so I'm not sure what's going to happen. Here's the replay, 4 wide. That never works. Stenhouse got turned into the wall, but we still haven't seen a really major pileup. Mostly just cars spinning out, as you saw there. Alright, a fuel only stop here under the yellow. That's all I need. The fuel man is going very slowly. Even though there is some damage, I don't think it's major. Alright, ready to go back to green here. Danica to the outside. Gordon directly behind.
Coming to the green.
Rolling down. Green is out. And we go through the gears and back to racing here at Daytona. What's going to happen as the whole field packs up. And once again, we get back to the green. 3 wide immediately.
Coming on the inside.
With Gordon down the inside, and Danica causing a little bit of trouble there.
Car 1 back.
Alright, that was not too good, but Waltrip moves up into second, Bush up into third, and Lee will be fourth. As I start to push Kurt here, and hopefully we'll actually get a bit of a breakaway. That'd be nice. Not sure if it's going to happen though, as Gordon also now owns the fastest lap of the race at a 44.73. So that's fairly interesting. And everybody's starting to...
You're good low.
The pack's starting to catch up immediately. We led that lap, which is nice.
Eyeside's clear.
And now just a wild amount of cars behind is, of course, 43. I don't think any of them are out of the race. Despite the accidents we've had, most of them have been fairly tame by NASCAR 15 standards. So no problem. And we're past the midway point of the race as well, so... Well, we are right at the midway point, I should say. 16 of 32.
We're in line with you.
Easy for me to do math. But we're definitely in trouble here. It is now. We get split 3 wide. We're in this sucker hole, as DW would say. Oh, and we got spun by Jeff Gordon, spinning in front of the field. And did we save it? Well, this is a thing that happened. I got run into by Truex and spun by Jeff Gordon right in front of the field. Once again, the field gets away with it without a major pileup, but Gordon gets taken out at the very end.
Oh, here we go.
Now is as good of a time as any to come into the pits and repair the car. I also may think I may fuel mileage myself into this thing, into the win here, because of the fact that we're already midway through the race. I feel like we could potentially stretch it to the end. We'll have to see.
Teamwork.
All right, restarting
like I said, we got a real
in
good car here.
the
Just
final
take care,
position, just behind Jeff Gordon. So the 2 of us are going to have to come through the field.
Coming to the green, buddy.
Ready to go. Green is out. Trevor Bain is the leader.
10-4.
And we do have a little bit of squirreliness here in the back of the field.
Keep that momentum.
As the race is back underway. Danica shoved us below the yellow line, but thankfully NASCAR was merciful about that. So now we run behind Gordon and Earnhardt Jr., who we haven't spoken of all day long, as well as Kyle Larson back here. Several cars that we usually talk about are all the way back here in the back. So now what is going to happen with 19 of 32 complete. We've got a Dillon trying to push us down the back straightaway. We're going to have to make some moves here to keep him behind us. And we really don't want to lose the draft, so we need a partner here to get back up there as they go 3 and 4 wide in the main pack. And we are definitely falling a little bit. We're going to have to use Dillon here as he runs directly behind us.
Looks like he's wanting to draft with you.
Yep, he's drafting with us very nicely.
Got a big shot
we're
coming.
Back up here behind Gordon and around Gordon. As Gordon does not have the draft. The draft is not with him. He is not with the draft. But yeah, definitely this pack up here looking very gnarly. Once we get up there, it's going to be very difficult to make some passes because they are so tightly bunched. Casey Kane is now in the lead. And we're coming down to 12 laps to go here. We are getting a heck of a draft here from the Dylan, or a heck of a shove from the Dylan. We cause all sorts of pretty sparks and whatnot.
On your bumper.
And the field is still
Car tucked in behind you.
Together.
He's still
They are
on you.
definitely
On your bumper.
The field is definitely together, that's for sure, because they are absolutely bundled together. And I'm running out of puns to say, or phrases, or whatever you want to call them, to get up there and start racing with them. I'm still just trying to keep this Dylan behind me, because I really don't want to blow up my engine doing this. And he's desperate to get around. It looks like Clint Boyer's going to go to the outside of Dylan, which is kind of hurting our chances of getting back up to the pack, and now they've fallen off. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Good job, fellas. Good job. Real total team effort here to lose the draft. So, drag the brake just a little bit. Try to let Dylan come back through without losing too much positioning here. We're going to keep lifting, let him through.
Car outside.
And up right behind him. Here comes Boyer as well, but whatever. Not a big deal.
Car one back.
Now let's start pushing him. We may only be able to push him for a lap here.
Okay, behind you.
Before we have to pull back out of the draft. But at the very least, we can start making up some time.
And clear.
So I'm just feathering the throttle just a little bit to allow myself right behind Dylan without running into him in the corners and causing all sorts of chaos. Cars are pitting. This is going to be the strategy starting to come into it. Now exactly how this is going to work out, I have not the foggiest idea of how this is going to work out. Okay, around Dylan we go. Now hopefully he gets back in line, which he does not do. So we're really struggling here. We're definitely going to have to use the fuel strategy, and I think there's cars that are on our fuel strategy that are further up in the pack. So I'm not sure what's going to happen here. Probably nothing good as Matt Kenseth takes over the lead. And are there going to be cars coming into the pits this time by? We've got 10 laps to go, essentially, about 9. And yes, there are cars peeling off. Not as many as you would like, but there are a couple.
6 seconds ahead.
The leader leads the race, now 9 laps to go this time by, as the spotter said. Lap cars coming out of the pits. Hamlin has taken over the lead. Now we're chasing down Stenhouse, and we've completely left Dylan in the dust. So unfortunately, Ty Dillon not going to be able to battle for the lead as well. Don't know about us. I'm still not sure on the fuel mileage. That is the big $1 million question as to whether this is going to be a win or a loss. But yeah, there are definitely cars coming into the pits once again. How many is it going to be? It looks like a fairly sizable amount of the pack this time. Stenhouse as well coming in. And we're going to go from 34th to 28th. So now Biffle and McMurray are battling for the lead up in front. We're chasing Dale Earnhardt Jr. right now, who I believe is on our pit strategy. So it's really advantageous if we get up there and pass Dale Jr. He's just about, a quarter of the straightaway ahead of me. Paul Menard takes the lead now as the leaders enter lap traffic on the screen. Harvick just took it away from him now. And how many cars are going to be coming in this time by? It looks like about half of that pack as well. We'll see here. We're going to win 28th. And as we pass the pit lane, we go up to 19th. So we gained about 9 positions that time around. And we are catching Dale Jr. at a speedy rate. But are we going to be able to race him well, or be able to draft with him and be able to move up a little bit further
behind is starting to get close
in the field, and the guy behind is actually a girl. It's Danica Patrick, and where did she find that
Come on,
pace?
buddy, we're faster than the car in front. Let's pass him.
I will never know. Oh, she's getting help from somebody. Somebody has
Awesome
decided to
traffic,
work with
buddy.
Danica
Great
Patrick,
control.
so I've decided
We're on
to
the high side.
make the executive decision and go around Dale Jr. Oh, it's Jeff
That's
Gordon.
4 points for us. The car
And
just
we
retired.
got the yellow.
Caution's out. Back her
And
down.
it must have been a big crash. Oh, it is a big crash. Major crash in the tri-oval. Let's see, it's Kurt Busch. And there's a car in the middle. It's a Dillon and just a major pileup. Both Dillons actually involved. Jimmy Johnson as well. So it's going to be a shootout coming down to the last 3 laps of this race.
Hold on now. Hold on.
And it's the way it almost was at the beginning with Gordon and myself
Got a car
on the
behind.
front row, leading them down to settle this
Car
one.
2 back. Check your
Daytona
mirrors. Looks like he's going to
night
draft with you.
race. 2 Jeff Gordon cars, the Jeff Gordon tribute
Got one
band,
behind you.
who is me,
On your rear.
and the Jeff Gordon experience,
Stay
which
low.
is Jeff Gordon. So what is going to happen here?
Car right behind
Witt is the second
Still
place
with you.
car, in our lane anyway. In my lane, and I'm just going to keep him behind me at the moment. They are 3 wide, fanning up for second place. As that's Bain making
worry,
the
man.
move
He's
down
just
to
trying
the
to bump traffic
inside
with
as well. I'm going to swipe down just in front of Trevor Bain. Almost got turned there. Got on the apron just a little bit. Sparks were flying.
Got one behind you.
But we were able to maintain
Still right behind you.
that position,
Looking
at least
high.
for now. Now Bain makes the
Got one
pass.
working
and
the top.
He's going to get around, no problemo.
Ready to go.
So now we're at 3 laps to go. Fuel is
Okay,
not
let's go
going to be
get
a
him.
problem for
Car
me
outside.
anyway.
Back your door.
Don't know about the rest of the field. Gordon has fallen mightily
bumper.
back. I don't know where he is. I
On
cannot
your right
see
side.
him. Maybe in the middle there. Now behind Denny Hamlin, going to get him around Trevor Bain. Big time draft down the back straightaway.
One up top.
The controller
Like
is
we said
vibrating.
today,
Here
nice
comes
and
Michael
smooth.
Waltrip as well. He's
All right.
always in the fight here at the races. We get around
Put it
him.
on
We're
the
coming up
outside.
to 2 laps to go as we go through
Car
turn
in line
number
with you.
4 onto
Car right behind
the
you.
tri-oval area. Michael Waltrip is all over the back of me. I still have not, by the
He's
way,
still on you.
won a race at
Here we go.
Daytona. This race has kind of been
Car
the
tucked in
bugaboo for
behind
me.
you.
Not sure what's going to happen. We got 2 laps to go. It's going to be really wild. Michael Annette is up here. Carl Edwards is up here in the
Still
Sport
behind you.
Clips car.
Still right behind you.
We got to keep Edwards now behind. Where did he come from? Where did Carl come from?
Car in line
How
with
did
you.
Carl get up there? But we've got to keep him behind. We're really trying here. Annette is also there. The field is spread out. It's not that 3 wide mess that we saw earlier. It's definitely 2 lanes. Definitely
Still
2
on ya.
lanes of cars pushing
with
each
ya.
other very hard. I think the 3rd lane really only forms when people aren't trying to pass each other, if that makes any sense. It's really just a riding in lane. But now it is really getting
Come on. pick your
really
lane,
getting
buddy. This is
frisky
it.
here as we take the white flag. Got to stay ahead of Carl Edwards. They are 3 wide. Edwards gives me a bump draft. Gordon had to pit. He's down there on the apron.
Okay.
We're going to get
behind
around
you.
him. Cole Witt
Fight
spins
back,
me
man.
out.
Fight back.
Did I save it?
some of the
I
field
did
after that
save it.
last wreck.
Major
Going
crash.
outside.
Dale Jr. takes the
high.
lead. No caution. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Jeb Burton is
You're a
second.
second ahead.
Second, and now Jeb Burton goes to the inside of Dale Earnhardt Jr. It's going to be a drag race between the 2 of them. They're side by side, coming to the line, waiting, still side by side. Earnhardt, Burton, side by side.
Second
Earnhardt Jr.
Way to get
wins.
it done, man.
Will come 3rd, but a wild finish here at Talladega. The finish was so wild, I forgot that it was not Talladega, it's Daytona. But Dale Earnhardt Jr. steals a race win from me as a major pileup occurred on the last lap. Cole Witt managed to recover from spinning me to maintain 4th, and as we go down through the rest of the field, here is the results. So again, an absolutely wild race. If you didn't hit the like button for that finish, I don't know what finish you will hit the like button for. But yeah, several cars eliminated in that final lap crash. just a major pileup. Hopefully the game caught that a little bit better than I was able to. So thank you guys so much for watching. This has been David Land on YouTube. If you enjoyed NASCAR 15 wildness like this, you will definitely enjoy this channel. So please do subscribe, leave a suggestion for a track and to run in the next video. And in that next video, I will see you. Thank you guys again so much for watching. This has been David Land on YouTube, and we'll see you in the next video.